Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so we're recording. All right. One thing I've been doing wrong is this, right? When I'm doing this YouTube thing, I need to record the videos. That way I can have clips later on. But apparently, I don't do that. So we're going to try to focus more on just being able to get these recordings set so we can reclip them, because not too many people like lives because they're too long, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's what we're gonna try to do. All right, so um ooh, I got the fresh cut. Mmm. Mmm. That's right. That's right. Look at that. Let me do the back shot. Bam. See that? See that? Fresh. Fresh. Got a fresh shirt, washed, ready to go. Let's go. This is my favorite shirt. I think you seen me last time with it. It is what it is. Alright, cool. Like and subscribe. This is Levi Apparel. We're gonna do what we always do on these lives. We're gonna review other channels and videos, and then we're gonna put our 2 cents into it. Sometime maybe a little bit less, sometime maybe a little bit more. You feel me? Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so today we're going to talk about something first, which is stimulus. Yes, stimulus checks. Oh, my bad. I meant to say tariffs. Tariff rebates, not stimulus checks. Sir, what do you mean, sir? Donald Trump, the President Donald Trump, second term President Donald Trump, apparently is considering tariff checks. A bill that was brought on by somebody that made introduction to this newfound idea. That's crazy. But anyways, let's go. Let's go. Let's look at it. Let's go. I hold up. This is from the Minority Mindset. And here we go. About to listen to Jaspreet sing. It's gonna be a little bit though. It's not gonna be a lot. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. All right. Hold on 1 second. I'll be with you. Bam. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So this is from Minority Mindset. Um, with Just Be Sing. Let's go, buddy. Oop, forgot the sound. Silly me. Silly me. You know what? Before we even begin, let's give him an applause. I've been watching this guy for a minute, and he gives a lot of financial advice. That's not advice, right? So he doesn't really give advice. Let's say it like that. But he gives a lot of financial information. That's what I'm looking for, right? Pertaining to himself, right? That would promote and help him, but he has the heart to share with us, right? The heart to share with us, because if he rewatch this, he's gonna come after me for the beginning, but it is what it is, right? So he is, I believe he's either a real estate lawyer or a financial lawyer, one of those. And well, that's it. You know what? Let's play. Let's play. Let's play. This is Jaspreet Singh talking about the Senate's introduces bill for tariff rebate checks. You mean stimulus? Maybe I read this wrong. Senate introduces bill for tariff rebates checks after Trump suggestions. Wait a minute. Sir, wait a minute. Let's play this.
To Americans. These rebate checks, if passed, would provide a minimum of $600 per adult and dependent child, or $2,400 for a family of.
Wait a minute. Woo! Woo! Yo, this give me flashbacks, yo. Yo, this give me flashbacks. I got a family of 7. Me included, that's 7. Sir, you mean to say you about to fill thy pockets? What am I looking at? What am I looking at? Come on. Come on. Let's go. What we gonna do with that? Take care of some business. We about to stimulate the economy, baby. Listen, regardless of what you do, you may say no, you may say yes to these stimmies. Tariff rebates. At the end of the day, they still going to create inflation if they want. If they want. They're still going to drop down the dollar if they want. Now, they just saying, hey, listen, we could just do it, or we can help you get a little cut out of what we about to do. I prefer the cut. I'll take that cut. You feel me? Let's go. Let's go.
So in this video, I want to talk about who could potentially qualify for these tariff rebate checks, what this would mean for your investment portfolio, and what does this mean for the economy. That way you can position yourself ahead of potential market movements. Earlier this year, when President Trump and Elon Musk were friends, they were talking about sending a $5,000 Doge dividend check out to America.
Woo! Woo! This is what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Americans. That Doge dividend check clearly didn't happen, but now under this new proposal by Senator Josh Hawley, working Americans could qualify for $600 each, assuming that you meet the income limits. The benefit will be reduced by 5% for joint filers with an adjusted gross income above $150,000 or single filers earning more than $75,000. But there's one.
I'm more than qualified, baby. Tariff rebates. Baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. You ready? I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready. Shit. You see these equipments right here? Stimulus. Wait, what? Hold up. What'd you say? While you guys were using the money to just floss, I was using the money to create more income for my family. You feel me? All right? Yes. I got machines. Made sure I cut some for the wife. And the rest of it went to bills. But I got machines. Machines. Now, with the amount I made from the biz, I reintroduced it and built this office from scratch, from hand. Video's coming up today, by the way. Today, the video's coming. All right, let's go.
One key difference between the stimulus checks that we saw in 2020 and 2021 and these potential tariff rebate checks that you want to pay attention to. We saw 3 rounds of stimulus checks. First, it was a $1,200 stimulus check passed by President Trump. Then later in 2020, President Trump passed another $600.
Come on, Jaspreet Singh. You give me flashbacks over here, my guy. I remember those days, yo. I remember those days. Come on, that was amazing. Man, it was amazing days. Those days. Shit. Let's go.
stimulus check, and then in 2021, President Biden sent out $1,400 stimulus checks. So money went from the hands of the government into the hands of people who
Ooh, that's a nice drawing, by the way. That's a nice drawing. I like it. I like it. Let me give you an applause. Mm, 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 mm. Yes, I remember those days. I don't know if y'all remember those days, but I do. Ooh, wee. Those were good old days.
were very happy initially until we got hit with very high inflation. But the question with these stimulus checks is, where did this money come from the government? Did it come from particular taxes? Did it come from somewhere else? And this is where things got a little confusing, because the government has one source of income.
Now, I was going to look for that video and present to you guys about stimulus, but there's only one person that can explain it better than I can, which is Just Be Sing. You amazing, buddy. Let's go.
Income to pay all their bills, whether it's paying for contractors.
Also, go in the description. I'm not gonna play all the video. This is not even the whole video. It's more like towards a little bit after the beginning. So you gotta watch the whole thing. Go back, click on the link, check out his video, and if you can, go to his channel, like, subscribe, because he brings a lot of news that's really potent to success. All right.
Or infrastructures or the military or stimulus checks, and the government gets their money from tax dollars from taxpayers. But the United States government didn't have enough money to pay for these stimulus checks because we're already drowning in this massive amount of national debt. So it turned out that the United States government funded these stimulus checks with the help of debt. They bought.
I need some more coffee because that scared me. Woo. Y'all seen that? Oh, dip. I'd give me a hit of coffee for that. I wasn't ready.
Borrowed money to then fund these stimulus checks, but then who did the United States government actually borrow this money from? Because the United States government can borrow money from regular people like you and me. They can borrow money from foreign countries, but that wasn't enough. That was when the government made a deal with the Federal Reserve Bank, the central bank here in the United States, who said that they would print an unlimited amount of money to fund whatever operations the United States government wanted in order to fund the stimulus program to keep the economy moving. So if we follow the trail of money for the stimulus checks in 2020 and 2021, it started with the Federal Reserve Bank turning on their money printer and lending trillions of dollars to the United States government. The government then raised their national debt and then took that money and gave it to people in the form of stimulus checks. This made people happy in the short term because now, well, you got some more money to spend, but then it created a number of problems. Problem number one was, of course, inflation.
Ooh, I wasn't ready for that, but I got the money.
We saw in 2021, inflation started to go up. 2022, inflation was a problem. 2023, inflation was a problem. 2024, the inflation problem started to cool down. And 2025, well, we're still talking about inflation here. So things got more expensive because when you print more money without creating more wealth, well, that dilutes the value of each individual dollar. So you had more buying power when you got that money, but then each dollar that you had in your savings and every dollar that you got from your salary could not buy you as much. So people are still paying the price of inflation today while investors.
That part he's right. I remember before 2020, milk was like what, $1.99, like a gallon of milk. Eggs was like, it was still in the $1 range, but it wasn't as much. You can get yourself like the big cartons if you wanted to. But whew, nowadays, I went to go get milk. I was looking at like almost 6 something. I was like, what? You try to go for name brand, you're looking at around $8 for milk. You're like, what the? Whoa. Almost make you not want to drink some milk. Shit, I might as well just grab me a pill and grab me some vitamin D. I'm good with that. But and that's the funny thing is the tablet probably costs just as much as the milk gallon. Sir. But yeah, so inflation definitely went up. It went through the roof. Yes, printing of these extra money did cause inflation. And here's the funny thing: if you're into crypto, you want this to happen. You want this to happen because if you remember, I don't know if I said it, inflation is gonna be created, but then we're gonna go to the real digital by transferring everything to digital currency. And you know what? I'm saying too much. I'm saying too much. That's for another show. For another show. That's for another show. But yeah, stimulus, a lot of that stuff. I'm gonna stay out of it. I'm gonna let him talk. I'm gonna let him talk. But yeah, stimulus did happen. Um, Inflation did cause a lot of things to go up, and then housing was like through the roof as far as prices, and life life now is a little harder. Rent is up now. Rent is even higher. Just recent in Massachusetts, they started a new rent law, starting I think now around August or September, or was it October? One of these. The new law in Massachusetts is there's no more realtor. When you go get an apartment, you have to pay for the realtor fee or whatever fee for them to help you get the place because the people who's the actual what do you call those landlords? Yeah, landlord fees. So before you pay the landlord fees, which was the realtor, the people who find the place for them and all that stuff, you used to have to pay that. Now they're saying that's supposed to be covered by the landlord in Massachusetts. So no longer can you charge that. So what happens is when a person would go get a house, I mean go get a apartment in Massachusetts, currently most of the time you're paying the same amount you pay for your rent, the same amount you're paying for your last, right? So your first, which is your rent, your last, and then your security, right? Would all be the same. And then they would throw almost the same amount for your realtor fee or your whatever they call it fee. And it was becoming too much for the renter to handle. You looking at four payments almost equaling the same, right? So if the renter is paying $1,000 for, that's impossible. But if they're paying, what's a better? Yeah, if they're paying $2,000 for a one bedroom, right? That's something that's normal here. $2,000 for a one bedroom, like somebody's renting a spot, right? Um, you're possibly looking at least what, $8,000, right? From $2,000 for a one bedroom, you have to pay your first, which is the 2,000, your last, which is another 2,000, so that's 4,000. Then you have to pay your security, which is pretty much around the same, which is another 2,000, right? So that's 6,000, and then you have to pay for your realtor fee or the finding fee, whatever they call it, which is possibly another 2,000, if not 1,000. So you're looking at between $7,000 to $8,000 just to try to get a place over here. It's becoming ridiculous. So because of that, they got rid of it, and but the landlords hit back. So now instead of you getting a one bedroom for $2,000, you're looking at probably now 2,200. 2,200. That's crazy. But anyways, stimulus is going crazy. Um, I mean, inflation is going crazy. We hope stimulus goes crazy. But let's go. Let's get back to just recent.
Got rich because of the inflation. And then the second problem has to do with taxes, because now that the United States government has racked up trillions of dollars of more debt through this program, the government has to pay this debt back plus interest. And remember, the United States government has one source of income, And that one source of income is tax dollars from taxpayers, which means, again, these people who are paying the price with the hidden tax, which is inflation, are also now having to pay the price through taxes because now more of your tax dollars have to be used not to fund infrastructure or the military or whatever. It has to be used to pay back this debt plus interest. But now let's talk about what's going on right now in 2025 through this potential tariff rebate program. And this is where I want to remind you that if you are an investor and you want to know where investment opportunities are changing in 2025 and how you can find potentially better investment opportunities, I'm hosting my biggest investor workshop of the year on August 12th. I'm doing it twice, once in the morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and again in the evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on August 12th, where I'll be going over how you can find investment opportunities through a Trump presidency with all the policy changes that we're seeing, through the geopolitical changes, and through all the technology changes that we're seeing right now in 2025. It is a...
I love that about him. I love that. I need to find out how to get into one of those classes, right? Because his stuff is amazing. Like I've been watching him for a good 2 to 3 years now, and the information I've been getting is bonkers, right? And this guy, he's amazing. He's amazing. His channel's amazing, guys. Go check him out. Like, subscribe to the channel. I'm telling you, it's gonna be worth it, right? He's giving you, these are just little caveats of things that he gives as far as information. All right, cool. All right, so let's move on. Let's move on. Actually, you know what? Let's watch a little bit more, and then after that, we're gonna cut it. As you can see, I'm not playing all of it, so y'all gonna have to come back and watch the rest.
live workshop. It is free, but we do hit capacity every single time. So if you're proposed tariff rebate plan in blue, we have one part that's the exact same where the government wants to send out money to regular people. And by the way, for my male followers, I drew a mustache, which in my native language Punjabi we call a much. For my female followers, I do a braid, which in my native language Punjabi we drew a gut. But the difference between the stimulus checks and the tariff rebate checks is how the government will get the money to actually pay for this program, because here the government funded the stimulus checks through debt, which was money that had to be printed. Here, take a look. According to the United States Treasury Department, the United States received 300% more tariffs in June 2025 than they did in 2024. So the idea with these tariff rebate checks is to take some of the increased tax revenue and take that money to fund some of these checks. But it's not so simple, because it's more to this equation, because President Trump also signed a brand new tax program which is designed to lower taxes for a lot of Americans, which means, yes, we are getting more tariff revenue, but we're also seeing less tax revenue. See, if you're still watching this video, chances are your question is...
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That deserves an applause. That's why I said I had to go Just Be Sing, because this dude has the teeth when it comes to business. You feel me? You feel me? That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Is this going to make the inflation problem worse? Which, number one, is a very good question, because people were not questioning that when this was happening. But to really answer that question, we have to know what is going to be the difference between here and here? Because if we're increasing tariff revenue, but we're decreasing tax revenue even more, we would need some sort of money to then fund that difference.
With that, I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger. Go check his channel out. I've watched the whole thing, and I know the answer. But go watch his channel. This guy's really great. Like he said, it is what it is. If it happens, it happens. Apparently, this was already set in motion. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's one of the reasons why this guy, when he was coming back, everybody knew this was going to happen. This was going to happen. And the fact that he rebranded, man, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. With low taxes, who knows? Hey, listen, there's going to be a lot of critics. There's going to be a lot of people. Let me pan over to me real quick. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second real quick. Give me a second. There we go. Bam. There we go. We're back to me. We're back to me. Yeah. So like I was saying, this is what we were expecting. This is what we were expecting. Like, there's a lot of haters out here that's gonna say no. Hold on, I'm not even checking to see if anybody's watching. My bad. I'm used to you guys just watching on the replay, so let me double check see if anybody's watching, just in case. All right, we good, 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 we good. Yeah, guys. So like I said, go watch his channel. Just be saying he has a lot to say about business wise and like how to grow and everything. And this is what I like to do. I like to bring you guys to channels and information that's gonna help you as far as like growing, as far as like being able to